Hi guys, so this is a solution for the grade 4 and grade 5 math from Thursday, okay? So they wanted to know what fraction of the chocolate bar would each person get if, let's scan over to here, if the chocolate bar was cut into tenths. So I took a fraction strip of 1/10 and I snipped it up. So somebody can get 1/10 of the chocolate bar, they can get 2/10 of the chocolate bar, 3/10, and so on. So each answer here is actually, they could get 1/10 or 2/10 or 3/10, all the way to the whole, which is 10 out of 10, okay? If boys and girls are sharing the chocolate bar equally, well, that would mean 5 equal pieces for both of them. So they want this in a decimal. So to write 5 out of 10 in a decimal, that would be 0.5. We can also say it's 5/10. It's the same way of saying it. 5/10 or 5 out of 10. Those are all the same. They're equal. 0.5, 5/10, or 5 out of 10. Okay, so on to the pizza question. So I got my fraction circle that is cut into tenths, and it says Jamie ate 0.2 of a pizza. Well, what does that mean? Like, how much pizza is that? Well, this is in the tenths place, so that's 2 pieces out of 10. So Jamie ate, I'm gonna put a J for Jamie, 2 pieces out of 10. And it says that Sarah ate 1/10, so Sarah ate only 1 piece out of the 10 pieces of pizza. So it says, is there more than half left? Yes, there's more than half left because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces. There's 7/10 left. It says, if another friend ate 6/10, would there be any left? So let's do friend. Friend, they ate 6 out of 10. 3 pieces, 4 pieces, 5 pieces, 6/10. Would there be any left? Yes, there would be 1/10 left. Okay, on to the grade 5 question. Might as well do them together, and the grade 4s can watch this as well. So it has a number line displayed there for you from 0 to 1. I just used my ruler and I actually just divided it. I drew a 20-centimeter line actually, so then I could just do every 2 spots. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Okay, so that's divided into 10 spots. Let's just check. So this would be, I'll use my pencil. This would be 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10, 6/10, 7/10, 8/10, 9/10, and this would be 10 out of 10, which is 1 whole. Now, if we were to make these into decimals, we would do 0.1 or 1/10, 0.2, and so on all the way down the line. Now, a couple things that you need to know, because you have to convert some of these fractions into decimals or decimals into fractions. So I'm going to show you an easy way to do that. So 40 out of 100, that might be a little bit hard to figure out because this line is only cut into tenths. It's not cut into hundreds. So what can you do? Well, you can reduce it. So remember we talked about reducing fractions before. So you have to divide the top and divide the bottom by the same thing. So divide the numerator and denominator by the same thing. I can see these are both decades, they're tens. So I can divide this by 10 and I can also divide this by 10. So if I divide 40 by 10, I get 4. And if I divide 100 by 10s, 4/10. So my 40 out of 100 is going to go right there. So that's 40 out of 100. So 0.1, that's easy. So I'm going to put my 0.1 there. So I have this one, I have this one. 2/5, okay. So what we can do is we can divide this into a decimal. Well, how do we divide this into a decimal? we can use our calculator and we can go 2 divided by 5 equals, so here's my calculator, 2 divided by 5 equals, oh, this just died, 0.4. Okay, there we go. So 2/5 will go where 0.4 is also. So this is 2/5. So we did this one. 9 divided by 10, well, that's easy, right there. And 0.7, that's 7/10. Remember, one number past the decimal is 7/10. So there we go for that one. Now this number line was divided up into 0, 1, 2. So if I were to look at this, I would know that the halfway mark is 0.5, and the halfway mark between 1 and 2 is 1.5. And then I could sort of figure out this is 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, 1.6, 1.7, 1.8, 1.9, and so on. And this would be 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4. So you could fill out your number line this way. So 1/2 is going to be right there, okay? 0.75, so we're still at, so this would be 0.6, 0.7, that would be 0.8, so 0.75 would be right there. Now 5 divided by 4, you can see that the top is bigger than the bottom. So we know that 4 can go into 5 one time with 1 left over, and then you use the denominator, so 1 1/4. So that would be 1 right here, so you have to go where the 1 is, and then 1/4. Let's go to 1.50 because that's easier to explain. So 1.5, the 0 is just a placeholder, and 1 3/4. So this 3 divided by 4 is, you think of it like quarters in money, okay? So that would be 75 cents, right? So that would be 75. And 1 divided by 4 is like 25 cents. So this would be 1.1, 1.2. This would be 1.14 or 5/4, okay? This would be 1.75, so 1.6, 1.7, 1.5, so that would be 1 3/4.